And then Shiri will give a presentation and tips about how to access the hidden market, which you already understood that you can reach it through networking. For many of you who look for jobs, you know that 85% of job vacancies are filled through networking. They are not even, most of them are not even advertised. So if you don't network and if you don't expand your outreach, you will never hear and you will never access. You can be as good as you can, as an excellent as you can, and you can reach to the final step of the interviews after many interviews in the company. And then even if you're good, they will prefer the one that they met before, that they know, that they have connection to someone they know that can recommend. This is why it's so important. If you're a professional, networking is also very important because if you invest 8 hours weekly in networking, it can increase your customer base by 43%. But the problem is, as all of you know, most people don't network. Actually, only 25% of professionals actually network. And this is due to lack of time or social anxiety. And this is where we come in. So we are a networking platform for event organizers and attendees, sponsors as well. I'm just confirming. Okay. So we are a networking platform, and you will be able to experience it now during the event. After Shiri presentation, you will all receive an email with 3 matches from the people who RSVP to this event. Our AI engine scan your online profiles. So the matches that you will receive, you will see background information and tailored conversation starters. So basically, the conversation starters are specifically based on the match of, you will each get 3 matches. And after the Shiri presentation, what we will do, we will basically, I will ask you to look in your email and then find at least one of the match. Stay on the call, just mute yourself. If you can leave your camera on, we will do a nice photo, and I will keep the conversation open for you after you contact at least one of the matches to share, if you wish to, how was the experience for you, because we are also learning from it. We just launched in September. So without further word, I'll open the stage to Shiri. Shiri is a networking master, so I thought it would be very appropriate to bring her here. She also have a very nice podcast for all of you called Call Me Crazy. Yes. So Shiri, the stage is yours.
Ken, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you thinking of me and inviting me to speak to everybody here. My name is Shiri Gabriel. Karen and I, we connected through networking, actually. That's how we met, because networking works. And here I am, because we actually met through a common connection that we had, sharing a lot of the same interests, really, and that passion for networking. And that's really what brought us together. So I'm actually here in Toronto, the GTA, like many of you. My background is marketing, advertising, sales. I worked for companies like Coca-Cola for many years as a marketing executive. I left that world because I actually wanted to start my journey as an entrepreneur. And also because I have 4 children and I have a husband. So I'm a mother of 4 and a wife of 1. And that was the 2 main reasons why I left the corporate world. I felt like I wanted to own my time. And thank you, Ahmed. You got that joke. I appreciate that, for that laugh. Here's the thing. Nobody taught me how to network, right? Corporate, I come out of corporate, and all of a sudden I'm completely alone. Yes, I'm going through a transition and I really don't know what to do. And so this whole idea of networking, I had to learn it on my own. I started my own business in consulting, in coaching. I started then my own business to build it globally, where it was direct sales and network marketing, where I really, truly learned what it is to network. I built my business globally, and it was all because I literally taught myself and I built a system of how to network. And this is why I'm so passionate about networking, because I know it works, number one. And number two, because I want to help people who don't know how to do it and don't have a system. And as Karen said, most people don't know how to network. We think we're networking, but are we really networking? And I always say about networking that it is an art as much as it is a science. And the more you learn it, the more you understand what works and what doesn't, the better you're going to get at it. So some people say, I'm not a good networker, I'm not a people's person. Fine, then become one. Because like any other soft skill, you can actually get great at networking. So today I am the networking coach. That's what I do. I work with individuals, professionals, entrepreneurs, and with sales teams, and I turn them into networking ninjas. That's what I do. So this is why I'm here. I'm going to talk to you specifically about the hidden market. And first of all, I want to congratulate you for being here, because the fact that you're here shows me and tells us that you actually want to learn how to network. And you want to network with people, because here's the thing about people. They say they want to network, but they don't show up to networking events. So congratulations to you for being here. So let's dive into the information. I'm going to talk for about 10, maybe 15 minutes about the hidden market. Let me ask you guys, does anyone here doesn't know? Do you know what the hidden market is? Just give me a thumbs up. I just want to know how much. Okay. Fantastic. So yes, it is a thing, the hidden market. This is why we hear a lot from people who don't network or don't know how to network that there are no jobs out there, right? How many times do you hear that? How many times do you feel like that? There are no jobs out there. Or I'm frustrated. I see these people or this person getting a job and I cannot get a job. Chances are is because you're not hitting that hidden market. As Karen said before, between 80 to 85% of the jobs are never posted. And some of you might be in what I call that reactive mode. You right now might be addicted to simply going onto job boards and applying for jobs. That's fine. But if you know, and we're telling you that about 80 or 85% of the jobs are actually hidden, right? Then that means that between 80 to 85% of your time should be spent networking, because that's how you're going to get a job, right? That's where you're going to actually get to the hidden market. So if you have to divide your time, first of all, let's talk about organization, because that's really important. Spend only about 20% of your time applying for jobs online, and the other 80% of your time you're going to spend what? Networking. Exactly. That's exactly what you want to do. That's going to help you break that addiction, because right now you're probably into that addiction of just applying online for the jobs that you see out there. It's going to take a lot of your frustration away, because once you start networking, you are going to start knowing and learning about jobs and opportunities that are out there. Now, the nice thing about networking is that, first of all, you don't know what you don't know. Once you start talking to people, you will learn about opportunities, about jobs that you don't even know exist. Let me tell you, almost every time that I talk to a professional, I learn something new about an industry, about a job, about an opportunity that I didn't even know was a thing or existed. Many times, and more often than not, it's happening because of AI, because of technology. Because yes, we might be afraid of, oh my God, AI, technology, AI is taking away some of the jobs. But at the same time, it's creating new opportunities and new jobs. And these are things that you will only find out when you network. Now, what you want to do is you want to reach out to as many people as you can. And I'm not going to get into exactly how to do that, because we're not talking about the how to network. We're talking specifically about the hidden market. But you do have to make sure that you are connecting with as many people as you can. Because here's what's happening right now as we speak. Jobs are being posted internally. The reason companies post jobs internally before they even go out to recruiters or job boards is because, first of all, they'd rather promote someone internally who they know. That's the first thing that they're going to do. They're going to look for someone internally. Then they're going to look for someone who they know in their network. It's warm market versus cold market. Then they're going to ask the employees to actually refer someone This is the employee referral program. In fact, employees are getting paid for bringing people into the company. And only once they've exhausted all those options, they will go out, hire a recruiter, go into job boards and hit that cold market, which A, is painful because you have to go through the full process of getting to know someone, and B, is expensive because you actually have to pay the recruiter or the job boards that you're using. So this is why 80%, 85% of the jobs are hidden. And you're going to hit that by networking. That is, guys, I can tell you, you can try many different ways, but that is the only way that you are going to actually get to the hidden market. Now, I want you to imagine this. Picture this. You have spoken to someone, I don't know, 6 months ago. Yes, you had an informational interview. You met them at an event. You were talking to them. And now they know you. You've made a good impression on them. They know who you are. They know what you do. They know what you want to do next. Guess what? 6 months later, a post comes up in the company. Who are they going to think of? Probably after they think of internal people, they most likely are going to think of you if you did a good job at networking and leaving a good impression on them, right? Not only that, let's say they're actually at a party and they hear from a friend that their company is looking to hire someone who matches your qualifications. Who are they going to think of? You. So you need to understand that when you network, it's not about right now, that person will have a job for you and you're going to hit that hidden market right then and there. This could happen weeks later, months later, but you're planting those seeds. And that's how you get to that hidden market. It's not always in that moment, but it will happen because you will be top of mind. Now, what's important to do, you need to keep in touch with the person who you network with, right? Every 2 months, every 3 months, just send them a note. Send them a hi. If you were really good at networking, you probably would know things about that person that are going on in their lives. Maybe they traveled. Maybe their son graduated. Send them a note. How was your trip? How was the graduation? That's how you can keep in touch with people and keep top of mind. So again, when a job posting comes up, who are they going to think of? You. And that's how you hit the hidden market. Now, remember, when you are looking for a job, and I heard pretty much all of you here are going through a transition, you're going through that new chapter, reinvention, changing careers, or just simply looking for a new job. Some of you are new to a country here in Canada and you're looking for opportunities. That's great. Make sure that when you're looking for a job, you do the 360. Yes, apply for those jobs online and make sure that you're also networking with people. Very, very important. I'm going to tell you something. LinkedIn is the door for looking for jobs and hitting that hidden market. 100%. If you are not on LinkedIn, you do not exist professionally. I'm going to tell you that again. If you're not on LinkedIn, you do not exist professionally. So you have to make sure that you're on LinkedIn, that you have a great LinkedIn profile. And guys, there's many free courses that you can take even through LinkedIn to make sure that you have a great LinkedIn profile. But that's definitely something that you want to do. Every great opportunity, listen to what I'm going to tell you. Every great opportunity for me has been through networking and hitting that hidden market. It's never been through a job posting that I saw. It's always been through someone who recommended me or they called me a few months later. I'm going to give you one example. I've been in conversations with the YMCA for almost a year now. Listen carefully, okay? For almost a year. Just yesterday, I got an email from them that they actually want me to come in and train the leadership team on networking. Yay for me. Congratulations. Thank you. So why do I tell you that? Not so you can just praise me, but thank you, Sergey, for that, is because you have to be patient. And it is all about the networking. It's all about the follow-up. It's all about the value that you bring to people. And remember, when you network, right, it is about what you can do for them as much as what they can do for you. Because let me tell you, I actually did something for that person in the YMCA just because I wanted to. And that's the thing about getting great at networking. It's understanding that you give first and then things will come back to you. So that's really all I have in terms of the hidden market, and just a few tips on how to network and how to really make sure that you hit that hidden market and you find those hidden opportunities that are waiting for you. They are waiting for you. And if they're not happening right now, they will be eventually. You just have to be patient. So what I'm going to do, Karen, I guess I'm just going to open it up for questions and see if anyone has any questions. You want to share something that has happened to you, you're not sure what to do about it, I'd be happy to help and answer any questions that you guys have.
Yes, Yigit, I see Yigit want to ask.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so my question was this. I'm a recent university graduate. I graduated last year, and while I have had some short-term employment presently, I do not have a full-time job, and I'm looking for full-time opportunities. You said that a key to networking is that you give before you take. I wanted to ask you, what can I give to recruiters before they'll take me as an early career professional?
Okay. So let's talk about that, about what you can give to recruiters. So first of all, to be honest with you, you don't have to give anything to recruiters because they're making money out of you. Okay, that's not my go-to. I have to be honest with you, Yigit. I mean, recruiters, they have their own hidden agenda. They're going to take care of their own interest, which is fine. It's another 360 that you can certainly do. Okay. But who you want to give to are actually the professionals that you want to connect with. First of all, don't shy away from connecting. And this is what you want. You want to connect with actually people who you deem successful, like, people who are founders, CEOs, directors, VPs. Don't shy away from that, because what makes them successful is the fact that they know that networking is something that works and they're willing to give. Okay, that's number one. Number two, what can you give? And this is actually something that I tell everyone, my clients, my students. I'm actually a professor at a college, at 3 different colleges. And this is what I tell many of my students is we always have something to give, always. And it could be in a form of, maybe they see that you've traveled somewhere, or maybe you're from somewhere else. Maybe you are connected to someone that they're interested to connecting with. Maybe you've worked for a company or you've done something that they're interested in. So you'll always have something to give. You're not going to know what that is. You will only know it once you start the conversation with them and once you start networking. So don't look for that thing ahead of time. Just know that as you're having the conversation, right? Because it is about a conversation, it will come up. And the most important thing is to come with the mindset of learning. What can I learn from that person and how can I help them? You never come with the mindset of they're going to get me a job. No, you come with the mindset of I want to learn from them. I want to connect with them, and I want to see how I can help them. In fact, I got to tell you, before I start any conversation with anyone, I tell myself, I'm going to get them to love me. That's what I tell myself. Okay. I could say to fall in love with me, but we don't know each other that well, so I won't use that. Just to love me or to like me if you feel more comfortable. But that changes everything. Okay? Does that help, Yigit?
Yeah, that really helps. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We
I
have
saw
a great question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a great, you see the Ahmed question here?
It went away from me. So can you read it? Read it for me because it went away.
Yes. So it's difficult to keep in touch with so many people. So how do you prioritize your time, energy, and resources to maintain the warm connections? This is a great question. By the way, after Shiri will answer, I also have an answer. So Shiri, you first.
Excellent. So Ahmed, I spoke about a system, right? My system has been, so this is, I guess 12 years ago when I left the corporate world. The first thing that I did is I created a networking log, right? An Excel spreadsheet. You can go on Microsoft Excel, look for a log, and that's I've had that same log since then, and I've been adding to it, right? It's a breathing, living document for me. So the reason I have that log is because it actually helps me to prioritize, right? Who are the people that I want to stay connected with? Because you don't want to stay connected with everybody, right? And it's all based on the notes that I take and the notes that I make in them. I also make a note on that log, right, to follow up with that person in 3 months. And I also write it in my calendar. So it's not everybody that I'm going to follow up with. It's key people that I feel, you know what, I need to stay in touch with them. And I keep that top of mind through my log and through my calendar. Because let me tell you, if you don't do that, if you don't write that down, it's just, you're going to forget. That's number one. Number two, it is all about integrity. If you told someone, I will follow up with you, and you don't, then you just left a bad impression on them. And it's, you know, it's your integrity on the line. So that's what I do. And you have a key word here, which is warm connections. I'm very good also at distinguishing who are the warm connections that I want to keep in touch with, and who are kind of like the nice, or maybe even sometimes removed. Right. So that's my system. That's what I do. Karen, I'm curious to hear about what you do.
Is together with my team to develop the networking platform to answer exactly on that. So what you will experience today with the warm introduction is just the first stage of it. But since we're a cross-event platform, the idea is to help you to do the follow-up as well, which is the next stage.
There is AI for you. Solves everything.
Do we have more question? Meanwhile, you can write your question or ask them directly. But meanwhile, yes?
I have a question.
Yes, Dima?
I ask? Hi. A question about LinkedIn and connections in LinkedIn. I think that it's not a question just about the amount of connections, right? So I can connect, for example, I don't know, to CEO of Microsoft, okay? And then maybe he will even accept my connection. But okay, it's kind of dead connection because, okay, I connected to him. So what? It's not that I tell him, hi, how are you? What's about? How's your life? I don't know who is this person. I don't know what is he about. Maybe I'm reading his posts, so probably that's why. There's a reason why did I connect with him. But it's not that, for example, in conference, it's easy to start talking to people who just get to their booth, you start talking and goes on, and you connect everything fine. When you begin, you start the connection, when you initialize the connection through the LinkedIn with somebody who don't know who is on the other side, how to create warm connection? How do you actually start connecting? I mean, so that I have to have a list of connections on my LinkedIn profile. It doesn't work by itself.
That is a fantastic question. And that is usually one of the hardest things to do. And this is one of the main things actually that I coach people on, because you're absolutely right. How do I start a conversation? Right? Never mind how do you then how that person becomes a warm connection, because that's a whole skill. How do I start that conversation? How do I not get lost in that sea of bots, right? Or not even accept my connection. So I've developed what I call the secret sauce, and I'm happy to share this with you. And guys, I'm gonna give you the secret sauce, and I'm only giving it to you here because of Karen. Okay, so you're very lucky. I'm very serious. So take note of this, because this is what will get people to connect. Let me just give you some statistics, okay, some numbers, because I want to set expectations. If you're new to networking, usually, you're going to get a response back or an acceptance 1 out of 10 times, right? So 1 in 10. So you're going to send 10 messages on LinkedIn, 1 person will connect with you. Okay, that's usually what happens. If you're a little bit better, maybe 2 out of 10. Now, what I'm going to tell you is something that is going to take you from that 1 in 10 to 5 in 10, 3 in 10, and maybe like me, close to 10 in 10. Okay, and this is how you do it. It's a message that has 3 parts, right? I'm talking about a message that you send out, right, to connect with someone. The first part of the message is, first of all, you are going to give that person a compliment. You're going to compliment them. Compliment. Yes, a compliment. You mentioned this before, Dima. There is a reason why you want to connect with that person. And that is the compliment. Hey, Dima, I saw the article that you wrote on, this and this. Great. Shimon, I see that you actually were just promoted. Fantastic. Congratulations. Karen, I just saw that you launched this new platform. How interesting. How great of you. I don't know who else. Yigit, I see that you're working for this company. That's actually a dream company that I would like to work for. Congratulations. So you start with a compliment. And you have to be authentic about it, guys. Okay. So the message that I'm telling you to write right now, that's not ChatGPT writing it. That is you writing it. It has to be personalized. It has to be authentic. So you start with a compliment. Because nobody's starting that. Who's sending you? Like human beings, when we get a compliment, oh, you got my attention. Thank you. Right away, you're going to know that it's personalized, that it's a compliment. By the way, a compliment is not, I love your career trajectory. That's not a compliment. That's something that ChatGPT would write, and very generic. I'm very impressed by your, careers or by your achievements. That's not a compliment. That's something very general and generic. So the compliment is number one. Number two, your intention. Because there's so much BS, because there is so much fake, right? You have to tell them your intention. And let me tell you, if your intention is that you want to talk to them about an opportunity in their company, then that's what you say. Because there is a dream job that was posted, or you would love to be part of such a great culture, then that's what you're going to tell them. If you want them to connect you to someone else, then that's exactly what you're going to tell them. If you want to actually learn from them about their knowledge on a new technology, that's exactly what you're going to tell them. So you're going to compliment them, you're going to tell them your intention, and last but not least, you are going to book a time to speak to them, to meet with them, or to talk to them. I would love to take 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes of your time to get on a Zoom, to grab a coffee, to get on a call. Because here's the thing, I would love to talk to you means nothing. People immediately think, oh my God, I don't have an hour to talk to this person. When you're very specific about the time that you need and how do you want to speak to them, that's great. Me, I would love 13 minutes of your time, 18 minutes, 22 minutes. I'm a marketer, so that actually works. It gets people's attention. And also because I don't think in tens and fives, I'm different. My thinking is differently. But in any case, that's what I recommend the message. And remember, it's only 140 words, right? Are you going to be great at your first message? Probably not. But you got to suck in order for you to get great. In order for you to go from that 1 in 10 to that 5 in 10 to that 2 in 10 and maybe 10 in 10. And that is a message that works. You can try it out. I can tell you it works. 100%. Compliment, intention, and the time to speak or to meet. That's it.
Ahmed is asking, do you give them time slots?
No, I just ask them for the time. I don't give them time. I ask them for a time. I usually say, because I don't even get into that at that point. I mean, I just said, I would love to take 10 minutes, whatever, of your time. Once they accept my connection, that's when you get into, please give me 3. I usually ask for 3 times from them to give me 3 times, because then they're committing to the time and then I can choose one. That's my strategy. But I don't get into the time at that point. I just want them to accept my connection. That's what you want. You want them to hit accept. That's all you want at that point, right?
That's great. So now everyone should have already gotten their emails with their matches. You can stay on the call, continue asking Shiri a question. We'll be happy if you contact now at least one of your matches. You will see their LinkedIn, the link to their LinkedIn profile. Shiri, you should get one as well so you can check it out.
Okay.
You can, so you will get the LinkedIn, background information, conversation starters. Just choose one. You can message them directly here in private in the Zoom, and just start a conversation. See how it goes. Use the time now. This is why we booked 1 hour, and we said the second half is for actual networking. Okay, so see that you managed to get into your match page and actually see the matches. Shiri, did you get yours?
Yeah, so now I ended, because I was going to have the same question. I didn't remember my password.
Okay.
So now I'm going in.
Yes, Ahmed, you have a question?
Oh, no, that was the question. Sorry.
Okay.
Got 3 connections. One of them is Karen.
Me. Okay.
Yeah, Raya and Avidan.
So what's the question you have for me?
I'll take that with you offline, but I really want to thank you for
Okay.
this opportunity. Like doing this monthly networking thing is impressive, and I really like your story. I'm not sure if you remember, we chatted on the DMZ, so I'm really liking the vibe and the app you're working on.
I did succeed, but currently all 3 of my matches are not here, so I just can connect to them in LinkedIn or something. But
Yeah, you can connect because they register to this event, so they know they're like someone will contact them and
okay,
you will get it. So you can contact them and saying, we got your matches in the event in the networking November mixer. These are the questions they suggested I will ask you, and then start a conversation.
okay,
You know, invite them as a connection to your network.
I got you, and then I got Ahmed, and I'm going to connect with him directly. And the other person, I forgot who that is. She's not here. So I'll connect with them in private.
Do you want to ask me the question that it suggested you to ask me if you feel comfortable?
Me to ask you?
Yeah, you basically, if you will look at, you have 3 matches. One of them is me. So you haven't,
Right.
I didn't touch it. It's the AI engine that did it. So he suggested you 3 questions or conversation starters to ask me, right? Just to give example to everyone.
Oh, okay. So hold on one second. Wait. I'll ask you one of the questions. I'm actually going to ask Ahmed one of the questions here.
Yeah.
Ahmed, so
Ahmed, like one moment, Ahmed, as long as
sorry.
you feel comfortable.
Of course. Here I am.
Okay.
So I believe we can create a tailored program focusing on both networking and startup readiness for young entrepreneurs. Would you be interested to talk a little bit more about that?
100%. I was just in a breakfast in the morning with the IAF, and they were talking, like we help the startups with the hard documents, financial model, pitch deck, investment memo, and so on. But all the VCs were talking about the soft element, which is how to talk to VCs and how to build this connection. So definitely there's room for collaboration there.
Fantastic. Yes, because I find one of the biggest obstacles for entrepreneurs, especially in the technology side, the startups, is that they're brilliant with technology, right? But they lack the people skills. And so I have a special workshop and training for them. I call it Unnerd Yourself. So let's talk about that.
But
Okay.
probably gonna ask Shiri to send me a connection request, but I can't. I'm trying to, but it's not allowing me. And then we can take this offline also and talk further about it.
That's great.
The question I have for you here is about investment readiness. It says how I would love to discuss how can we help women entrepreneurs become more investment ready together.
So that's a great question, because I actually have a program for women entrepreneurs that I try to help them progress different networking event, but also a program of mentors helping them to progress in their journey. And we are actually planning to do a hackathon that the community support and promote the young entrepreneurs, young and old entrepreneurs, but basically at the beginning of their way, in around the beginning of March. So we definitely are going to speak about it. And also, of course, for my relevancy, we're happy to continue the conversation.
Okay, perfect.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks also for all the tips, Shiri.
You're welcome, guys.
thank
Nice
you
to
very
meet
much.
you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye bye.
תודה, להתראות.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
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 Bye.